Hey guys, hope you're having a great Monday. I was walking in to get dinner ready for the kids and I saw the whiteboard that we keep in our garage and I thought, you know what? That's actually going to be a really great way to exemplify what's going on in the news today regarding the new coronavirus. So the big headlines, as you know, are this. We're seeing more cases of the new coronavirus in America. We're seeing more deaths as well. And so why are we seeing suddenly this flurry of activity? What's really going on? Well, we're seeing more people being tested at the state and local level. There are more tests being done for a wider variety of people. The CDC came out just on Saturday and said, we need to broaden our parameters of the people that are actually getting tested. Initially, they were really keeping it pretty narrow to those that had traveled overseas to areas that were high risk. Well, now they've widened that. And the state and local health departments as well are more aggressively testing. And so we're seeing more positive cases. But the data picture is really important with the new coronavirus, and we're really working off a data that is somewhat limited. And I wanted to show you what I mean by that. So let me turn to the whiteboard here. So here's what you see. This is the coronavirus in America. The red are the folks that were really sick that came in from overseas that were diagnosed as positive tests. The green are those that are likely walking around with the new coronavirus that haven't been tested because there was no reason to test them. They hadn't been traveling overseas and their symptoms were relatively minor. Then you have this blue. These are the folks that don't have any symptoms at all, but actually do have the coronavirus. So initially the CDC was just testing these people. And some have criticized the CDC for that. But this is the image that we got initially of the new coronavirus. The most sick, the most severely sick were the ones that were tested. Now we're expanding it to get a more broad picture. So we're seeing more that are more variety. So hopefully that will help us a little bit with the data, because if you only have data on the most severe people, the more severely sick people, that gives you a certain image of the virus that may or may not be accurate. So hopefully as this widens out, the testing will get a more broad picture, a more accurate picture for those of us who are really curious, hey, what's going on with this new virus and how nervous do I need to be for my family? I did check out a study that was published over the weekend, last few days, in the New England Journal of Medicine, done by Chinese researchers who looked at about 1,100 patients with the new coronavirus across 500 hospitals in China. And what they found is this: the average incubation period was 4 days. The median age of the patient was 47 years old. Less than 1% of the patients were under 15 years old. That deserves a little more digging into, but that's their initial assessment. And what was interesting is those that came to the hospital, less than half of them even had a fever. They had respiratory symptoms, but less than half had a fever. And that's the reason why the CDC had such a challenge. How could they just test anybody with a respiratory illness in America? Or should they have been, to see what do we really need to know about this new coronavirus and how severe it is? Because remember, the more diverse group of people, the more accurate the picture, the more accurate the data. And it's interesting, these Chinese researchers said the same thing. They said their data was limited because they only looked at people that were within the ICU. By the way, the fatality rate was right around 2%, which is what the World Health Organization has been saying recently. So just a couple things. I was looking for an update from the CDC. They postponed their call today, so we're waiting to hear more from them. But remember, last week at this time, they told us we're going to see more cases, more severe cases, and your life could be disrupted, so plan for that. And of course, in Washington State and certain counties, we're seeing schools shut down and we're seeing disruptions. So we're going to stay close, listen to the information and the facts as it becomes available, and let me know if you like the whiteboard.